First here at 11 o'clock, all new since 6 o'clock. A Louisville man who was delivering a DoorDash order files what appears to be the very first lawsuit against the Givaudan company after the Clifton neighborhood plant explosion. Our top story on the WHAS 11 team this Friday night. Hello, everybody. I'm Doug Proffitt. Charles Fowler accuses the company of negligence in the blast that killed 2 workers, injuring 11 more in Clifton. Now, the suit says Fowler is a DoorDash driver and was making a delivery that moment in the area when the explosion happened. Fowler says he felt the shock waves produced by the blast in his car, triggering PTSD symptoms first developed while serving in Iraq. Attorneys have also opened the suit as a class action lawsuit now, allowing anybody else impacted to join. We did contact the Givaudan company tonight for comment about this, but we have not yet heard back. The suit was filed just a day after neighbors in the Clifton neighborhood presented a petition to the Louisville Metro Council. They want to stop Givaudan from ever rebuilding in their community. One resident invited us into their home today, showing us the true extent of the damage. Brian Craig was packing up today and moving out. He called this fourplex his home for the past 17 years, but now you can't live there.
I mean, just eating expenses every day, how much it's going to cost to get an apartment, pay the first month's rent and the security deposit, and it's just, I don't know exactly when they're going to give me compensation for that,
And Givaudan has been hosting several office hour sessions this week, meeting with residents hoping to address their issues and concerns. One couple told us today that they were given gift cards to cover immediate costs, but that it could take days to months before they learn just exactly how much more they'll be paid by the company. And a heads up, the final mobile claims office with people from the company in person is happening tomorrow morning, Saturday morning from 10 a.m. to 12 noon. Again, the graphic on your screen a little bit off there. It's 10 a.m. to 12 noon at United Crescent Hill Ministries on South State Street. All new on the WHAS 11 team, newly released cell phone video showing the shooting in Smoketown Tuesday night that left 2 Louisville Metro police officers and the man being arrested injured. LMPD investigators have said it was the suspect who fired his weapon, but his attorney argues that's not the case. Defense attorney John Olash sharing this video with WHAS 11 News, taken by a woman who witnessed the shooting on Rose Lane Street Tuesday night.
Put your arms back, baby. Put your arms back.
It shows 3 Metro police officers on the ground with Jeremiah Thompson, who police say was in a stolen car they were investigating. In arrest documents, officers say Thompson refused to show his hands during the struggle.
I'm not doing nothing. Okay, I'm not doing nothing.
It's at that moment that a gun goes off, hitting Officer Laxman Acharya in the leg and Officer Brendan Kerner in the hand. Thompson, appearing in court Thursday in a sling, was hit in the torso and right arm. Metro police officers say Thompson fired the gun, with Chief Paul Humphrey telling us no officers fired their weapons. Attorney Olash told the judge this video tells a different story.
There's 2 versions on this case. There's the version that the court has that was written by police officers, and there's a video version. The video version completely disproves what the police officer's version is.
I'm not going to watch a video. The facts, obviously, the county and you disagree with what the facts are, and that'll be parsed out at the probable cause hearing. That's the appropriate time for all of that to come out.
Louisville Metro Police will be releasing their own video from police body cameras within the next 2 weeks. And the 2 officers are now out of the hospital. The judge said set Jeremiah Thompson's bond at $100,000. He remains tonight in the Louisville jail. A Bullitt County mother has been sentenced to life with the possibility of parole after she pled guilty to murdering her 2 young sons. Tiffany Lucas pleading guilty to shooting and killing her sons Maurice Baker Jr. and Jaden Howard. Today, during sentencing, family giving testimony facing Lucas, bringing her to tears.
I have been in Jaden's life since he was 6 months old. While I'm thankful for the time I had with him, it was too short. My daughter, Charlie Howard, is 4 years old, and she has already lost her father, and he took her only brother.
Again, life with parole was the maximum sentence the judge could grant in this case. The prosecutor said in order to go without parole, it would have needed to be tried before a jury. She will be eligible for parole after 20 years. And now tonight, news since 6, dangerous by design. The early morning death of a woman in Louisville who was hit crossing Fern Valley Road has people questioning the safety of that big road. WHAS 11 night teams Clarice Shaley and photojournalist Aspen Hester are talking to a Safe Streets activist.
A deadly morning on Fern Valley Road.
It's unfortunate, it's saddening. Of course, no one should be hitting her.
The Jefferson County coroner at the scene. A woman died after being hit by a car while she was crossing the road. Police say she wasn't at a crosswalk.
It's sad that a family has to lose a loved one.
The area where the woman was hit is busy with the UPS plant and Ford Fern Valley plant.
So you have everybody either going into work, coming out of work. So, you know, both directions is busy with people.
Businesses close to the scene notice the foot traffic along with the vehicle.
So people do walk across the road for food and some various things, you know. So.
She may have crossed Fern Valley Road in an inopportune area, but the sidewalk is mostly on the south side of the road, and the closest crosswalk is about 800 feet down the road.
Fern Valley Road is a dangerous road.
Chris Glasser of the group Streets for People told me Fern Valley Road is the 26th most dangerous out of over 3,000 miles of roads in Jefferson County.
Dangerous by design, yeah.
Kentucky Transportation maintains and designed the road, Glasser says, leaving Metro government little to do in making changes.
They continue to invest in building out these roads that in 2 decades from now, they're going to be identified as the dangerous roads that need to be fixed. And so instead of building these dangerous roads now, they should be built with more safety in mind.
At the end of the day, there was a loss of life that may have been able to be prevented if there's more lighting on the road or people just paying a little more attention. I mean, we don't know.
Hoping another life isn't lost. In Louisville, Clarice Shaley, WHAS 11 night team on your side.
And now also here on the night team, the man who once had the nickname of Dr. Death has died in Louisville. Dr. George Nichols, Kentucky's first medical examiner, passed away on Wednesday at the age of 77. George Nichols, a Louisville native who went to Atherton High School, investigated our worst tragedies: the Beverly Hills Supper Club fire, the Standard Reviewer mass shooting, and the Carrollton bus crash. But he shot into the national limelight when the remains of our 12th president, Zachary Taylor, had to be examined again. In 1991, claims surfaced that Taylor, buried in Louisville, had been poisoned in office because he opposed the expansion of slavery. Here's how Nichols handled the live news conference, announcing his findings and talking about what was in the coffin.
Let's see, somebody asked me to give odds at a press conference on the Monday of the exhumation. The odds of this being anything other than conclusive are astronomical. He was not poisoned. Numerous strands of hair, of scalp hair and body hair. We're talking about small, intact and partially shredded fingernails. Well, it's a question that had, since it was asked, had to be answered. Whether it was positive or negative mattered not to me.
George Nichols was the rare public servant who was always direct, blunt, funny, and brilliant. He was ahead of the game on CSI before the public even knew the term. He died at his home in Louisville with Dr. Janelle Seeger, his wife of 41 years, right at his side. Plans for a memorial event are pending, according to his obituary. Donations in his honor may be directed to his wife's favorite charity, friendforlife.org. And you can watch my entire story on George Nichols by going to our website and YouTube page, WHAS11.com.